back at it.
So we had a Halloween special on Disney Plus, Werewolf by Night, which I've already reviewed, and now we have our Christmas special, Guardians of the Galaxy. No Thanksgiving? Really? No love for Thanksgiving? We should have had an Ant-Man Thanksgiving. That would have been really funny. Dude. This Christmas special is once again directed by James Gunn. And I gotta admit, I've missed the Guardians. I love all these characters. Star-Lord, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Mantis. It's good to see them all again.
On the calendar that right now on Earth it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone.
This special mostly focuses on Drax and Mantis. See, everyone's celebrating Christmas on Planet Nowhere, which has now been purchased by the Guardians. But Peter's really the only one that actually understands and knows about Christmas. And he's a little down in the dumps. So to raise his Christmas spirits, Drax and Mantis decide to go on a fun adventure and kidnap Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I just said that, Drax.
Your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you.
So we get a little fun adventure on Earth with Drax and Mantis trying to find Kevin Bacon. And it is pretty hilarious. Drax and Mantis might be my favorite Guardians. And they are absolutely hilarious together. Especially seeing how they got kind of shafted, in my opinion, in Avengers Infinity War. And I think they're in the game. It's hilarious just seeing these characters on Earth. And Mantis, her laugh is infectious. And I love how James Gunn uses a recurring joke with Kevin Bacon from the previous movies as a plot point in this special.
We're just like Kevin Bacon.
It really just shows that James Gunn knows these characters and knows this universe that he has created with these characters. Creativity-wise, I don't think I enjoyed this more than Werewolf by Night because that was a new thing and it was just cool seeing a new thing in the Marvel Universe. But I think I enjoyed this a little bit more just because I am familiar with these characters. I love how the Guardians are not just a team, but they're a family. There's a scene in the special where the Guardians exchange Christmas gifts with each other and it's just so wholesome. This special not only makes me super hyped to see Guardians 3 and what James Gunn has cooking for that, but it also makes me want to rewatch Guardians 1 and 2 again. This special was a fun watch and made me feel very good. On the flip side of this, I also watched something on Netflix that made me feel the opposite, made me feel very depressed, and I'm talking about the new Pinocchio movie directed by Guillermo del Toro.
I want to tell you a story. It's a story you may think you know, but you don't.
And when I say depressed, I don't mean so that the movie was bad, but I didn't know what to expect from this movie. 2022 has really been the year of Pinocchio movies for some reason. From what I've understand, have been complete shit. But I was looking forward to this movie since it's first announced, especially when I heard Guillermo del Toro was attached to it. I hate to say that I have not watched nearly enough of his movies. The only Guillermo del Toro movies I've seen have been Hellboy and Pacific Rim. What can I say? I'm a simple man. And also, I don't really have any love for the character of Pinocchio. The most experience I have with the character is actually in Kingdom Hearts.
Pinocchio!
But the fact that Del Toro is not only attached to this, but this was also a stop motion movie, piqued my interest even more. Stop motion is an underrated art form, mostly because it's incredibly difficult and there's a lot of work put into it. I do not envy any stop motion artist. My favorite stop motion movie is probably Kubo and the Two Strings. Absolutely love that movie. The animation alone makes this movie stand out above the rest. While other directors were putting out absolutely crap Pinocchio movies, Del Toro was out here training like freaking Goku, putting out the best looking Pinocchio movie to date. I wasn't so sure on the design of Pinocchio when I first saw him. I guess I'm just so used to this design. But in motion, I love the design of Pinocchio in this. I love how there's a hole where his heart should be. Symbolism! It's simple things like that that really push this movie forward. There's so much heart and care to the craft of this movie that if you watch the behind the scenes of the movie, you can see that Guillermo del Toro had a vision that he wanted to incorporate in this movie, where this really feels like a world lived in. All the designs in this movie are absolutely gorgeous. Del Toro has an eye for creature designs, and there's some awesome designs in this movie. Honestly, my favorite is probably Jiminy Cricket himself, or Sebastian Cricket as he is in this movie.
I'm Sebastian J. Cricket.
It's just so simple, I love it. But then there's the story of this movie. 10 minutes into the movie hits you in the gut. I did not expect to have a Pinocchio movie that dealt with themes of war, child labor, child soldiers, death. This movie really pulls on your heartstrings. And if this movie didn't make you want to cry by the end of it, you truly do not have a soul. At the same time, I love also how Guillermo adds some creepy elements to Pinocchio. Even just the creation of Pinocchio has a creepy element to it, has a Frankenstein element to it. The first scene where Pinocchio is introduced is creepy. The way he moves is so different from the original version. Even just the animation of Pinocchio's nose growing in this movie feels creepy and wrong. Once again, this is another movie that came out this year that I wish I was able to see in theaters. This movie is just so beautiful to look at. Another thing I love about this movie is the music. One really funny running gag in the movie is Sebastian Cricket, who's constantly trying to sing a song, but he's constantly getting interrupted until the very end of the movie where he's able to sing it during the credits.
My dear father, love to say.
2 seconds later.
More than anything, I love how Pinocchio tackles the themes of life and death and love and just appreciating your loved ones while they're here. Appreciating the little moments and accepting people for who they are and not what you want them to be. And if you have Netflix, which I know you do, everyone does, check out the new Pinocchio movie. It's worth the watch easily. Easily one of the best movies that came out this year in 2022. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Once again, like the video, comment and subscribe, share with your friends. Once again, I've been Nate, this is Infinite Repeat, stay up.